baby.
Yeah.
My soulmate.
All right.
My love.
Yeah.
Toast our anniversary.
I know that's right. We supposed to be on. Hi, my name is Deju, and you are watching Deju Speaks on ZMN TV every Thursday at 5 p.m. So, I've got some special guests with me today, and they are from the podcast known as Truth Be Told, located in Bradenton, Florida, correct? Nope, Palmetto? Palmetto, Florida. Okay. And here I have Mr. T. Green, and I have Mr. Reggie Davis, also known as my uncle. I get to do that. Y'all don't get to do that. Oh my goodness. But so we're just gonna start off, and we're just gonna talk about how Truth Be Told came about. And it's truth as in TROOF.
Yes,
ma'am.
Y'all from dogs.
We spell it how we say it.
Okay.
Truth be told.
Truth. Yeah. Okay.
And just so before we get started, I just want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you and the city.
Yeah.
And we hope that your platform grows to the extent where it overflows.
Yeah.
So just thank you for inviting us. We are very fortunate to be here tonight.
Yep.
And when you sent the invite, it was an automatic yes. So appreciate that.
I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Like, Reggie, so sweet. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how did Truth Be Told come about?
You want me to start?
You always tell the story, Green.
Well, listen, it started out with 4 of us.
Yes.
All
I
right.
thought I seen 4.
Yeah,
I did.
It was 4 of us. And like I say, it wasn't my idea and it wasn't Reggie's idea. The idea was brought to us.
Right.
By the other 2 members.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's so weird because I didn't want to do a podcast.
Right.
Because I didn't think I can do anything other than cut hair. Because I've been cutting hair 33 years.
Yeah.
So when they brought that podcast idea to me, I was like, nah, man, I'm not doing a podcast. So they convinced me to do it, and I did it, and ended up being good.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it, and it's just a weird situation because they brought us into it.
Yeah.
And then now they not in it. But me and Reggie is.
Yeah. But y'all are doing well. And I
Yeah.
will say sometimes some people can do things or think they want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those things aren't meant for them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But you can come up with an idea. You can lay it down.
Yeah.
Some people are just meant to be backgrounds or the creators.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you're the creator, you getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You in the back.
Yeah.
You getting
Yeah.
paid.
That's true.
Yeah. So, hopefully in the future going forward, the bigger that you get, that'll be something you'll be able to work out with.
And like I said, I ain't mean to cut y'all rip.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings. It just it didn't work out for the 4.
Yeah.
It ended up working out for the 2.
Yeah.
Me and Real.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, I went to Southeast High School.
Yeah.
Reggie went to Southeast High School. I played free safety. And Reggie played free safety.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what free safety is, that's defensive back.
Why you did me like that?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I'm just saying.
So going over the Real.
Yeah. And just speak on what Green was talking about a little bit is, truthfully, I wasn't even part of the first 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it just so happened someone decided not to, and I got a late invite. And when he asked me just to come to the meeting, I told him that I would. not really expecting that I was going to get involved. I just wanted to be a man of my word and show up.
Yeah.
And once I got there, I liked what they were talking about. It was something where I think the guys start seeing I am an athlete.
Yeah.
And you know what I am athlete did, it kind of blew up and it gave athletes a real voice. And everybody was so engaged in that podcast. So it was something that we felt we can bring to Manatee County, and to this point, it's been successful.
Yeah, I'm real proud of y'all.
Yeah,
I'm real proud of y'all. I always hear, and I'm gonna say this, and don't nobody beat me up. I always hear the old heads talk about them. The old heads always talk about y'all. They're like, "Oh, you talking about Reggie? Oh, you talking about T Green?" Like, truth be told, I know what you talking about, girl. You know, and it's they know y'all, and it's undeniable. It's undeniable.
Well, the thing is, when we look at the demographics of our audience, we are 30 to about 45. The most of our viewers are in that age group, predominantly women. Actually. So it's actually pretty cool. And I think the direction of where we're going with our podcast have been a true blessing. And you know, we kind of started off by doing segments. Everybody kind of had a segment. When me and Green kind of took over the ranks, we kind of moved more into an interview style. So we love just to be able to learn about whoever our guest is, and also to bring an educational piece to it. Because a lot of times when we do invite a guest, we're just not inviting just anybody. We're inviting them for the purpose of what can we get out of this podcast, this particular episode. So it makes it that much better when we're able to discuss together, is this going to be something that we want to give to our viewers?
Now, you're an educator. And so I understand that being an educator, this was very important to you.
Yes.
And that's super cool. You could translate that over into media,
Yeah,
where we actually are on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And for you, that's just barbershop talk.
Man, see, I can't articulate words like your Uncle Reggie can. You see, this boy can say some words, man. Man, he can put stuff together like a puzzle.
You got a vast vocabulary.
I'm just a guy from the hood, man. It's been cutting hair 33 years. I learned how to deal with people just by cutting hair. I learned how to communicate just by cutting hair. You know, and I learned how to appreciate people just by cutting hair. You know, because I deal with people every day, man. And I really love it, man. But I can't articulate them words like your uncle now. Can't do it like that now.
But one thing Green can do, Green is naturally funny. So when you talk about the dynamics of with me and him, you know, I bring something to the table, and Green brings something to the table as well. So it's not always a good idea to have the same people doing the same thing. So what he brings is a natural, wise spirit, that old soul type thing, where he can speak at a different tone and perspective than I can. That means that can really hit home, and I think people can relate to that. He's well known in the community. He's always been known as just a really genuine, great guy. When you know when T Green loves you, he loves hard. You know, so and I can't speak more highly than this guy. I really didn't know T Green. I knew of him, but as we've shared this moment on this podcast, I really got to know who he is inside out. So great dude, man. I'm so happy.
You say friend for life.
Yeah.
It's your friend for life.
But I don't know how to be funny like this. I'm funny, but I don't think I'm that funny, man.
I think you funny with the shoulder. You funny over there. You doing something.
No, man. I mean, I don't know. I guess I am funny.
You are, and we need people like you. We need people like you. I like to showcase this. Because honestly, to be real with you, I grew up in that. I grew up in funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you communicating how you feel, but you might say it in a funny way, so it's not as bad. You know? So, I mean, I love it.
Yeah, man.
It's not bad. I say it's your money maker right now.
It's a money maker.
I'm telling you, come get this money off this media.
That's right.
Anywho, so y'all have the topic of Black men in America and just the right to tell your story and speak. And already you have shown what it means to have some type of integrity, some type of dedication, some type of something in this world, imprint in this world. Y'all are showing it and doing it each and every day. As educators in barbershop, like it's barber. Get my English together. But y'all are doing it each and every day, but you doing this on the media, it's like an echo across the world for the ones who get a hold of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, for sure. It's gonna be something serious. I want to get into. Well, I want to shout out something before we continue with the show. Your anniversary is today.
Yeah.
He is here on his anniversary. I just found out. Oh my gosh. But go ahead and tell what you was about to tell me.
Deja,
Where's she at and what's going on?
I'm going to tell you, Deja. Me and my wife been together 26 years. We've been married 24.
Yeah.
All right. And this is one of my best anniversaries, me and my wife, because, you know, a lot of times people feel like you got to go out to eat. And you got to take a trip. Man, me and my wife, we just woke up this morning. You know, I played Tony Tone.
Oh my
It's our
God.
anniversary. You remember that song?
Anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, I played that. Okay. And we're doing some, you know, a little work around the house, a little remodeling around the house, stuff like that. Got a physical today because you got to be healthy now.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be a healthy husband now.
Yeah.
You know, right. You got to be healthy, man. And I'm telling you, man, and doing this interview with you today, man, just complete my whole day, man, because this our first time being interviewed since me and Reggie been together. And truth be told, so man, this man, I'm Hollywood today. I'm on the set. I got candles. Hey,
the candles, boy.
You got the glass going.
Hey, mind you, this girl got a. Deja, can I say the set is dope?
The set. Hey, so what? That's my camera right there.
Yeah, that's the camera right now.
Look. My wife, my baby.
Yeah.
My soulmate.
All right.
My love.
Yeah.
Toast our anniversary.
I know that's right. Yeah. We posted your anniversary. I
baby,
love
we got
it.
the cameras going on. Got the little festival. What else? A festival? Man, we hanging. We hanging, man. Hey. And I can tell you this.
Invite more people.
One more shout out.
One more shout out. Okay.
Baby, your husband love you.
Yes.
I love you, baby.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Listen.
Real. It feels so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back.
Hey.
Listen.
We rolling.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what kind of comes out on set all the time.
But I love it though.
Yeah.
We love it. The people love it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Yes, sir, man.
Y'all got that. That's black love right there. That's a black man with a black woman. Stop playing.
Love, man. Got 2 kids, man. 2 wonderful kids, man.
Yeah.
My son Blake.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter Aubrey.
Yeah. Oh, I went to school with both of them.
Yeah, my daughter Aubrey,
Yeah.
man. And I got a dog named Bruce, man. Hey, man. Oh! Man, we rolling, man. Man, the greenhouse is rolling, man. We rolling, man. Happy anniversary to the greenhouse, man.
Yeah, they need to see it, though.
Yes,
They
sir.
need to see it.
Yes, sir, man.
They need to see it. I
Yes,
love
sir,
it.
man.
So, we're going to get into the kids a little later.
Okay.
So, your background, what would you say your backgrounds, what was your black man idol growing up? And what kind of background did you come from? Like, what did you see a black man do? How did they operate? What did you take from your background growing up?
Who you going to me or you going to go to real?
We can go to him first. Because you
Well,
shine out over there.
Hey, look, no, hey, I go all day with this. You can go hit real on this one.
Well, you know what? That's a great question, Deja. And I really can't necessarily pinpoint a particular person that I can say was an idol.
Yeah.
Not a black man. You know, I grew up, I was just saying this today, I grew up in a space where I didn't realize that I was poor.
Yeah.
Until I got to college.
Yeah.
It just didn't hit me. And when I say that respectfully, my mom, she got hurt early.
Yeah.
And she was not able to work. And my dad was present, but he just wasn't in the house. So, you know, when I think about a black man figure, I can go to the Boys and Girls Club and I can say, Mr. Morrell. He was somebody that I looked up to. He was somebody that always encouraged me. He was a ref.
Yeah.
He was my Boys Club director. So I always saw him and I always thought highly of him and what he did for the kids. So I just think that, you know, in my span, me coming on growing up on 33rd, it was a street that was ridden with drugs.
You rep it hard.
It was a place where we saw everything. We saw cops setting up raids. We saw cops setting up stings. We saw crack in the middle of the road all the time. We saw a man walking down the street about to get shot with a bow and arrow. We saw a man that jumped through my front window.
Oh yeah, they told me about
it's
that.
It's just, you know, we grew up on a street that was not the best place for kids, in my opinion. But one thing I can say, my mom was a very strong and very wise woman, where she was able to raise 3 boys in our house, where none of us has gotten in trouble. All of us have put ourselves in position to be successful and be stand-up guys. So, and I owe that all to my mom for raising us in that way. So, you know, when you say black role model, maybe Mr. Morrell, I'll take back nothing how I was raised. My mom did a heck of a job.
She did.
So, you know, my mom's no longer with us today, but I always thank her for what she's done for myself and also for my brothers.
Yeah. No, Miss
And
Davis.
for my daughter, Kiki.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah. Listen, because everything that you're saying, because the 33rd was like that for a very long time. Yeah. Even when we moved on, you know, my mom and his middle brother, Daddy Mike, are together and are married, and we lived on 33rd as well, and I went to Southeast as well. So I think it's time that, you know, we grow up in a different light. You're giving your children a different light.
Oh, totally.
A whole different background. They can't say what you just said.
No, they can't. You know, you know, it's so funny. My oldest Colton, he always say that he's from the slums. But
Lord.
But his slums.
Me and him have a conversation.
His slums is I don't know what his slums is, but
you gotta ask him what his slums is. You gotta ask him.
Yeah, he's from the slums.
You gotta ask him what. That's my little cousin. You gotta ask him.
Oh my God, boy.
He has no idea. You know, he has no idea. He has no idea. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh boy.
It's interesting though. You know, you always want best for your kids.
You do.
So when you're able to move and raise a family outside of what you was raised in, because you know the dangers, you know what kids can get themselves caught up in if they're not strong-minded.
Yeah.
You know, and they're subject to peer pressure, where things can go left. No matter what your parents say, things can go left real quickly. Yeah. So when I think about my kids, I just feel like I want to put them in a better situation. So we were able to live in neighborhoods that were nice. They didn't get the same thing when it comes down to playing with kids in the neighborhood, but they are in a safer place, in my opinion. and raised in a position, in a place where I felt like they can flourish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, man.
Yeah,
It's my turn.
It's
my
your
turn
turn.
today.
It's your turn.
Man, I have. See, I break my role models down in groups, in stages.
Yeah.
Okay, my story is similar to Reggie's. Even though I'm not from 33rd, but from Rogers Project, that's still the hood.
Yeah.
Still go up under the same guidelines that he came up under. He said his mom was a strong figure in his life. Same with my mom. My mom raised 2 boys.
Yeah.
You know, 2 men. I had an older brother who passed away at 12. You know, and my mom had to deal with that and still had to maintain her other 2 sons. You know, so the strongness and the kindness that I have for people, I get that from my mom.
Yeah.
You know, I learned how to treat people right from my mom.
Yeah.
You know, I learned how to be kind and mentally strong from my mom. Okay, from a youngster.
Yeah.
And then I got 3 uncles that I look up to. You know, Elwood, John, and Clifford. You know, those are the guys I looked up to, you know, coming up. You know, because I'm the only guys that I seen, you know, that was in my house, that was at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Every time I go to my grandma's house, my uncle's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So I learned from them.
They was active.
Yeah. I learned Uncle John, he was smooth, he was a player. You know, I learned how to put cologne on and smell good from Uncle John.
Okay,
You know,
so you didn't wait days to take baths. Okay, all right.
See, my Uncle Clifford, he was a little short man, but he was sneaky. He was quiet. You know, I guess when people say I used to be quiet,
Yeah.
I might have got that from him.
Okay.
You know, and my Uncle Elwood, you know, he was like the dominant,
Yeah.
like a lion. You know,
Yeah.
He was always straightforward. You know, he was always like that dominant force.
A man.
Yeah, and he's also a pastor.
Okay.
Yeah. So he kind of like shaped me up for us, like in a religious way. I really never sat down and talked to him about religious like that, but I know he's a pastor.
Morally, you feel like he morally shaped you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my first group,
Yeah.
and then my second group is the project itself, Rogers Project. You know, growing up in the project as a black man.
Yeah.
You know, you learn how to deal with situations.
Yeah.
You know, like Real said, he's seen gunshots. He's seen, you know, people are probably getting killed, drugs. We can all say that being black.
Yeah.
You know, and I know other races go through it too, but we black.
Yeah,
so I'm just
we
going to speak on the black.
In America.
Yeah, we
And
all,
we shouldn't go through
Yeah,
it.
we all seen that. We all seen that, man. But then I got another stage. You know, I always want to be a family man like the Cosby Show. You know, like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to be like that. I dreamt to be like, boy, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not even trying to be a doctor like him, just being a successful black man with a wife and family, and everybody shaping up the right way.
And
You
they
know?
clowned the Cosby Show
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
felt like it didn't show the real black
Yeah,
American
yeah.
family, but they needed
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah.
We need
I
that.
think our community definitely need to see that. I think that was the first thing that, well, I don't want to say the first thing, but where a lot of us can go back and say, hey, we saw something in that family that we wanted to identify with.
Yeah, man.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, so the Cosby Show, I want to raise a family like that, but I relate a whole lot more. And I feel this, the family I'm about to tell you about, I feel this family a whole lot more. This family hit the gut.
Yeah.
And that's good time.
Oh.
You know, that's good time.
Yeah.
Because that's what I can relate to. The projects, strong father in the household. You know, my dad wasn't in my household, but my uncles was that foundation.
Yeah.
But the projects, you know.
They did it.
Man, I'm talking like a real say, man, my mom did a great job not making us feel like we was poor.
Yeah.
Because I thought, man, if you didn't live in the project, bro, you ain't living good. you know.
But
yeah, so like I say, so my stuff in groups, man, in groups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that with me and sharing that with them. Welcome back. I'm your host, Deju, and you are watching Deju Speaks on ZMN TV. And we're just going to go ahead and continue where we were. Thank you so much again for sharing your stories. I do appreciate that, and they do need to hear that. It's realness. So do you feel like your backgrounds shaped you as fathers? And how do you go about parenting your sons who are also Black men in America?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. Something that we always kind of talk about. I think my background definitely shaped me. It led me to a place where I knew whenever I was to have some kids what I wanted for them. So all the things that my mom had to go through, my dad had to go through, I saw their struggles. I saw the hurt. I saw the grind that they had to try to find in them to just raise us and keep us fed. Raising 3 boys, that's a lot of food. You know, being able to probably not be in the position. When I say position, probably the house that we're in or the duplex that we're in, she probably wanted better. So I think those things shaped me. I didn't have, like I was saying earlier, just that role model or that person in my life that showed me or shared with me some of the things I need to do to be a man. This is a learning process. As I go, I learn, right? So my daughter came and she was my first child, and I had to learn on the fly. I didn't get it right in the beginning. You know, when I came out of high school, I had my baby when I was in high school. So when I went off to college, I had to make a decision. Do I go to college or do I stay home? My mom was very helpful in that, in helping me with my daughter. So I ended up going to college. And when I got back, I wasn't a father. I just wasn't ready. You know, when I got back, I was still trying to go to the club. My mom kept my baby. When I got back, I was still trying to hang out with my homeboys. So it wasn't until later when I realized, you know, man, this is not cool. Even to the point where I had girls coming in and out the house. So to have a daughter see her dad with girls coming in and out the house, that's not cool. Now I can say that. I didn't know the effects until my mom started sharing certain things. My house was a hub. All my friends came over there, and all my friends are guys. So when you got all my friends there who are guys, then you got my brother friends, and then my other brother friends, man, you can have 15 guys in the house at one time. Easy. With my little daughter. So I vividly remember when my daughter would run and jump her up and hug or sit on somebody's lap, and my mom would be there to say, we don't do that. And if it wasn't for her just teaching me those little things to be careful and be mindful of, you know, I lose out. So it was through experience. And everything that I was able to learn on the way just made me a better father. So it took some time. I wasn't that person in the beginning, but it definitely took some time.
So was Colton born in wedlock?
No.
When did you get married?
I got married in 2018.
Really?
Yeah.
That's real. Okay. All right.
I got married in 2018.
I remember the video though. We had a video in the house of y'all wedding. I just didn't know what year it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
2018 in March. You know, shortly after that, we probably spent just 1 year not just us being together.
Yeah.
And then we started with our kids with Colton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize he was born,
No.
19?
20? Shoot, that boy is, man, I don't know.
How old Colton is now?
Wait, am I got my dates wrong?
Hey, it's okay, real.
I'm
It's okay.
like,
My bad.
It's okay.
I'm thinking about March 18th, 2000 and...
Hey.
No, dang, Deja.
3.
You're going to get me in trouble. Let me do my
Oh,
math.
no.
17 years ago.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
There you go, baby.
I don't want to get no either.
No, I got it on March 18th. That was the date. My bad.
Yes.
And then...
He remember the day.
Yeah,
He remember the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get me in trouble.
Okay, all right. So we just gonna go ahead and move on with that one right now.
We had to get in trouble, boy, God.
Yeah.
That's that. You married, so you just laughing. You get the kick out of all of it.
Yeah.
Oh my Lanta. Okay, so what has been your hardest challenge as we forgot about you. I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
What has been your hardest challenge as, fathers raising sons?
Man,
Go ahead.
shoot, man. Just waking up every day, man. That's a challenge for everybody. Just being able to wake up. All right. And when you're a parent, when you're a father, you just, like Real say, you want what's best for your kids. And it's hard on me every day because every day I wake up and leave that house, I think about them.
Yeah.
Think about my son, think about my daughter, think about my wife. Because, we men.
Yeah.
So we feel like we gorillas. We can handle whatever. But it's a challenge every day because I think about them all the time. And I just want what's best for them. And I know being a black man in America is tough on the psychological part. Because growing up, we heard so much negativity. We hear, black man can't do this. Black man can't say this. Black man can't go over there. Black man can't drink out of that faucet. Black man can't go to this store. You grew up hearing that stuff, so it make you feel like, well, shoot, what could we do? And it make you not even want to try.
Yeah.
So it's tough being a father because even with the law, you turn on TV, you see young black men and older black men going through situations with the police and all that stuff like that.
Did y'all have this police conversation with your sons, and how old were they?
Well, I really had a police conversation with my son back in 2016, 17. He was up in Northwest Missouri.
Okay.
Playing football.
Yeah.
And we was coming from the mall. Me, him, and one of his teammates. And the police got behind us. They said we were speeding. And my mind immediately went back to the stuff that I seen on TV with police brutality. So when the police pulled us over, I told my son, I said, hey, look, put your hands on the dashboard.
Yeah.
And when we let the windows down, you put your hands outside the window.
Yeah.
And to me, that was my first time really just talking to him about the law. I really never really talked to him about the law coming up. I just told him right from wrong.
Yeah.
Don't steal, don't cheat.
Yeah.
Don't get into the drug game and stuff like that because it's going to make it hard for yourself.
Yeah.
But just to really just talk to him about the law and policing was in 2017 when we got pulled over. I told him, put your hands outside the window, put your hand on the dashboard.
Yeah.
And that was my first time really getting down with him like that. But just being a father, a black man, is tough because you got to deal with your household first. Got to wake up in the morning, make sure your household is intact. Make sure you hug your wife, kids, and stuff like that. Now I got to go outside the household. I got to hope I have a good day at work. Nothing don't go on at work. I got to hope don't get no car accidents or nothing like that. So you got to make it back home now. Yeah. So it's tough, man. But it's tough. But I don't let that detour me from trying to be great.
No.
I never told my son and my daughter not to be great, man. Y'all be great. Life is what it's gonna be. You got rules and regulations. Just be straightforward. Respect yourself first.
Yeah. And
then you respect other people around you, man. So it's a tough, but I don't let it beat me down, man. Yeah. I don't let it beat me down.
You shouldn't, though.
No,
you shouldn't. You're doing great.
No.
You're doing
I don't
great.
let it beat me down, man. Yeah. But you know what? It's this word that I came up with when I knew we was going to be on this interview. And I know we was going to talk about being black in America. It's this word called turn. T-U-R-N.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say now. For a black man, for black women, we always sometimes we get turned out. Sometimes we get turned around. Sometimes we get turned up. Sometimes we get turned out.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to figure out which one of them turns you want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to be turned out. I don't want to be turned around. I want to be turned up. Because, we can be turned up in a good way.
Yeah.
And I damn sure don't want to be turned out in no negative way.
Yeah.
So that word, man, I came up with that word on the way to this interview right here, man. It just came to me, that word turn.
Yeah.
And see, right now, you turning me and Real around right now with this interview, man.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate this turnaround.
I love this because I'm an advocate for therapy.
Okay.
I have been in therapy since I was a child.
Okay.
And it was something that this drop. What they did was they found out my parents was divorced. That's the first thing they did. Then they seen me showing out at school. I may have been in a fight or two. Then they sat me down with a counselor. And from that day on, I always had a counselor. And I always had a therapist. They had me in anger management in elementary.
Wow. Oh, man.
I'm so serious. And that experience, I wouldn't be as thoughtful or as communicative as I am today if someone didn't see me and say, she needs this, this, and this. Give it to her.
Right.
And then I had Miss Ingram, my third grade teacher, who was my first black teacher ever. Oh. And I got to experience her in third grade. And she was, oh my goodness, one day I got into it. It was me and Yamari probably. Hey, Yamari. We was at it one more time again, and I just remember her telling me, you need to get it together. She jacked me up, and you know what? I'm not pressing no charges. I'm older. I will never press charges. She jacked me up, and she said, you are too pretty to be acting this ugly. And it changed my life. From that point on, I was in gifted programs. My grades was good. I was getting honor rolls. I was getting awards all the time. I was in the play. I was doing all kinds of stuff because I realized, like, you know what? There's people there. God always had his hand in my life. Yes. But I noticed that if without that, I wouldn't be this way. I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't be here doing this with y'all.
Man, that's
awesome. That's awesome. And you kind of needed that. And a lot of times I always tell teachers this. Well, I don't tell teachers, but some teachers I do. And they're like, well, Mr. Davis, how were you able to just kind of get to that child to the point where they'll stop, they'll listen, and they'll whatever. And sometimes, man, it's a blessing to have the shade on you because it does make a difference. So when they may show out to the other race, but when you have that black figure there, it's something about being able to relate helps you out. I can say every time, but it definitely helps.
Yeah.
So just knowing that your third grade teacher was the
My
right one.
third grade teacher.
Hey, I know how your mom would probably get down the household.
Oh,
You can't get on that level. Let me get on that level real quick because you know better. You know better. So I can see that happening.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
I'm glad she did do it because I didn't know I needed it.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed it. Yeah. And I went to Just for Girls too. All we did was fight. That wasn't no Boys and Girls Club. That was Just for Girls. Eastside Just for Girls. And it was hot up in there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So y'all was turned up?
Too turned up. Too turned up.
Miss
Gail was in that bathroom talking, y'all get out of here. I know y'all ain't there fighting. I'm going to call your mama. Get in the circle. Get in the circle. Everybody know about that circle.
Oh, boy. Just for girls. Just for girls.
Oh, no. And then they told me, I found out a couple of months ago when they told me, they was like, we used to hear when y'all bus used to pull up at the skating rink. They was like, oh, Just for Girls arrived. Just for Girls arrived. We get out that bus. They said we knew every time y'all showed up at the skating rink, it was going to be something.
Golly.
My goodness,
East Side Just for Girls. 13 Ave. It was somebody from 13 Ave and Boys and Girls Club telling me this.
You can't bring the whole hood.
Oh, you can't.
You
cannot bring it to the skating rink. See? Go back to that word, T-U-R-N. Y'all was turned up. Y'all was turned up, boy. Yeah. Y'all was turned up, man.
Too much. But see, everybody, y'all are doing God's work.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing God's work in the day-to-day.
Yeah. And look, in the way we was brought up, we needed that. It might have been some times when we was getting brought up, it was some rough times, and we didn't understand.
Right.
But now I look at my life now. Yeah. Look at your life now. Look at real life now. Yeah. We needed it. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be right here today doing what we do. Yeah. You know, I used to be shy.
Shy?
Yeah. I'm
I'm
gonna tell you, because I used to always worry about what people think. You know, I used to try to please people all the time. Yeah. And I get it. I kept my own self in the cage. You know, and now I'm out that cage. Man, I don't care what nobody think. Now, I'm not gonna disrespect nobody. Yeah. But man, I don't care what they think. Man, I'm gonna be who I am. They can either like T Green or they don't have to like. You know,
it's just about you being true to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it does give you a sense of freedom because you're not walking around pretending.
Yeah, man.
But you're really being true to yourself, and I think that's the happy place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the place where you can really say, whoever you may be, that shows a level of respect for yourself.
Yeah. Because
now you're able just to be the true person of who you are. So
I
like that about him now. Yeah. And I noticed that transition with him when we first started the podcast, and he would share that. And I can see when he says he's going to be himself, he's going to be himself.
That's what I want. That's what they want. That's what everybody wants.
And that's what they're going to get from T Green now.
Yeah. Right now.
They can love it. They can love it or hate it, baby. They can love it. Hey, y'all can love it or hate it.
He know where his camera.
I know where my camera at. Love it or hate it. This is T Green, baby. This is what you get right here.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what you get.
All right. So before we go, we're going to go ahead and do a formal close up. Do you anything you want to say to any of these young Black men watching this episode today, and any special message that you want them to have from this?
You know what? We talked about this on our last podcast, and I spoke on the term of, I'm going to talk about the emotional side.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with Black men, in my case, in a lot of cases, we need to learn how to love and love on your kids. I grew up in a space where I didn't get many hugs. I didn't realize how important the hug was until I was during out of college. When my dad hugged me for the first time that I can remember. And that connection felt so good at the time, and it's something I needed. I broke down. So for Black guys raising your kids, you don't have to be so rough. and tough all the time. You need to be able to balance that and also show your kids a softer side so that it enables them to be able to give and be able to, for them to give what they need to give later, but also at the same time, you're giving them something that they can hold on forever. So if that's one thing that I want to give for that audience that's paying attention today, love on your kids, hug your kids, tell your kids you love them.
Yeah, man. That's big. That's real. That's big.
That's real.
But listen, I'm going to break this thing down.
All right.
It's my camera.
All right.
All the young black men out there, to all the older black men out there, to all the middle-aged black men out there, you have to first respect yourself first. Respect yourself first, okay? And then if you respect yourself first, you can respect everybody else around you. You know? Now, some of y'all black men out there who's trying to be leaders. If you're going to be a leader, lead. Lead. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. If that's what you want to call yourself, a leader. So don't be a follower. Be a leader. And to all the black fathers out there, man, raise y'all kids, man. Raise y'all kids the best way possible. I can't tell you how to raise your kids, but raise them the best way possible, man. And if you're a husband, be a loving husband to your wife and your family. Yes. Okay? And if you staff at the Boys and Girls Club, staff at the Just for Girls,
Lord.
man, treat those kids right. Be a role model for those kids, man, because the kids are the future. And it starts with y'all. And it starts with me. Yeah. I'm a barber and I try my best at my barbershop to try to influence the kids the best way I can. And the only way I can do that is lead by example. That's and it. So please, 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 black men, stand up. Don't stand down. Don't stand around. Just be grounded. That's me, man.
Yeah, one more thing.
Yeah, if I just say one more thing, Deja. Yeah. That's just the last thing.
Go ahead.
I just want to say this, man, because I'm tired of seeing this. Man, listen, we don't have holes in the bees. Mm-hmm. We got to get away from that, man. Mm-hmm. We just had a podcast just recently about domestic violence. And one of the things that the young lady shared was that a lot of times it starts with the verbal. So with the verbal, I mean, for whatever reason, it's just a fad, it's a trend that I hear a lot of people calling their girlfriends hoes and bees.
That's my bee. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. That's my bee.
That's my bee. Like, man, we need to get away from that. Like, I really wish that if you realize what it's doing, and for the women that's allowing that to happen, don't allow that to happen. I mean, if you can't be honored in who you are and your name, don't let somebody think and make you believe that that's honoring you, because it's not.
I almost caught the Holy Ghost.
Hey,
I almost caught it because they needed to hear it.
But we couldn't say that stuff back in the day. We couldn't call no girls no bees.
Oh, because Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
All right now.
We couldn't do that.
You are watching Deju Speaks, and I am your host, Deju, and thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back every Thursday at 5 p.m. on CMN TV.